Well, hello. I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I can't tell. But I'm here playing this Bloodshed Deathgame that I'm making, and I'm really making this video right now as a overview for myself, so I know what I'm doing here. I'm building this game for my arcade cabinet in the other room that I built. And I'm hoping to be able to bring this to some live events. I've been wanting to make this game for a while, so I figured after looking at the tools of Unity and of Unreal that the only way I was going to get this done in an okay amount of time was by using Dreams. And this is Dreams. So I've started building this thing, and if you can't hear my audio, I'm trying to make it visually interesting as well. As you can see here, I've got a ship right there, and this ship has to avoid these cholesterol or something obstacles in the veins while collecting points and power-ups. I've only gotten this far. I think I'm going to take this out for now. I'm not going to worry about enemies because something was going weird with the enemies. Something's weird with the perspective of this game that I'm trying to figure out because watch, here, I'll play it. So I animated those little things moving around. You have to select and see, then you get a rapid fire, and then you come in here. If I crash, it changes to this view. For every subsequent player, it goes to there. But if I restart, the first player is always from this view. So it's very confusing on why that would happen. I can rewind and see every single time it'll start right here, like this. And if I die, which I did bring over the hit detection to these other objects, it'll just always go to this view. Now, my goal here is to get one level that's extremely difficult. One level that's extremely difficult that will, let me make sure that I can see your comments if you are here. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But I'm here just trying to give myself really an overview of where I've gotten. Okay, good. Well, hello. I've never spoken with you before. I am here making a game. I made an arcade cabinet. And now I'm making a game that I want to play in this arcade cabinet, because I'm going to be at the Rocky Mountain Pinball Showdown, and I want to show off this. Oh my gosh. I'm not connected to the Dream server. I don't know if you're still here. Every time I have more than 3 people, it just decides it doesn't want to work anymore, which is helpful. But as you can tell, see, I have this game that I've put together, just a small little fraction of the game to just have some gameplay elements. Which is cool. And if I rewind, it works. Everything's working great. If I crash, right now I'm having this problem where every subsequent player goes to this view. I don't know what the heck is going on here with that. So every single subsequent player goes to this view. I'm not going to worry about it because this game is going to be a one and done game when I put it at the showdown. So it'll be something where you get one chance to get as far as you can. Oh my god, what is going on? Network features doesn't work. You can't be connected to multiple things. Are you guys still here? Somebody say something if you are. If you are still here. Hi. My connection's being stupid. But anyway, so what I want to do now is finish off this level. I started with a provided character, which is the ship here, right? So if you go into this ship, you will notice it has quite a few options. I can hide everything else. It has quite a few options. Enemy projectile speed, enemy movement speed, ship camera speed. There's a lot of stuff. A camera helper. I'm assuming that the camera helper is what's causing this problem when I go to a second player. If you come into here and you wait, where is it? Let's see. There is so much code in here. I'll show you. It's crazy. Look at this. Okay, so for the player ship, here's all the code just to get it going. Here's shield, drones, boss tracking, impact sensor, camera block reposition. There's so much stuff in here. It's ridiculous. Player movement. Like if you go into that, then there's another thing. You know, then you have to change all this stuff here, and this is how you would change all this. So somebody at Media Molecule did quite a bit of work to get this player ship to work. So all I did was bring it in and then reskin it. So I made it red, I gave it some glowing effects, and then it's a difficult process making games in here. Let me show you where I started. So I'll exit this now. The logic in here is not like you would expect, I've determined. I made games for a long time using Flash for Adam Sandler movies back in the day. And that was weird, just making code work in Flash. And then Justin here helped me later on. The first few years of working on games for Adam Sandler really taught me a lesson. But anyways, I made this game last year called The Pinball Mountain, which I wound up turning into a real pinball machine. So this is where I started with Dreams. So I wanted to make like a 3D pinball machine, King of the Hill kind of game where you collect points. Oh, thanks. Yeah, this was fun. This took me a while because I never made a game in Dreams. I made all these objects from scratch. You know, and I wanted to do a cool King of the Hill game. You know, you get past this level, you get to the very top of the mountain. This took forever to just get this code to work. Go to these different scenes, come to a level 2. Thanks. And then come in here. And what happened though is like I made this game and I planned on supporting it with some future levels. Whoops, I died. I planned on making some more levels for it, but right after I made this, I got hired by Spooky Pinball to make to work on the animations for John Carpenter's Halloween pinball machine. So I stopped working on this. So anyways, so let's exit this. This is not where I'm at right now. Right now I'm at a whole new game, a game I've always wanted to make, which is just a retro game, side scroller that is an auto scroller that I wanted to combine the gameplay elements of Sinistar and Super Cobra into one game. So I wanted to make a Minecrafty kind of game where you collect stuff by hitting things and it powers you up, but it also side scrolls and is really impossible, so you have to get a high score, and that's the whole point of it all, is to try to get a high score. Every time, see, there's something weird at the camera, because as soon as I come in, it always wants to put the camera there, and there's no visible camera in this level. There's one for the player ship, so I don't know what's going on with that. I know that there's something weird at the camera, though. But as long as I can get past one level, I'm fine. This is like some enemy ships. And I am using some pieces that Medium Molecule made for the veins, as I'm calling it, because he's traversing through veins. Here's another interesting element of what I'm doing here. Whoops. Is when you play it, it's a side scroller left to right here, but when it goes into the actual arcade machine, which is in the other room, it's going to be bottom to top of the screen, because it's a vertical game, because the screen is laid out vertically within the machine. So that will be very interesting. What I want to do, though, is I want to make this level so impossible. So what I did was I put in these guys, and I'll show you how I did one of these. I'll make another one from scratch, and that's where I'll just kind of start one of these enemies. So let's just make one over here. Make sure it's like low and in the right position. It's really easy to make 3D objects in here, I've noticed. And I think that's why I like using this, because it makes sense with this controller. So see, I can just easily just start making this object come to life. Just by using the controller. I like using this controller to build objects. It's cool. So see, you go in there, and then you can scale it, and do another one down here, and then you do another one over here, like that. Okay, so then you have this object here, right? Exit it. So now I have this scary object that's floating right here. Right? And what is it going to do? Well, I need this health modifier. If I put this health modifier on this object, right? Oops, duplicated it. Surface snap, so it snaps to the surface. Whoops, screwed up again. Okay, there. So now it's snapped to the surface. This health modifier right here essentially just kills your dude. So if your dude, this is basically like the general way of making hit detection. So, you know, you've got, whoops, you've got, it says what is detected. Any selected. So friend, that's you. So now you got this guy, right? And but it's not moving, it's not doing anything, so it's just gonna sit there. So what I do is I will animate it. You take this, you snap it to this, right? Now it's animating. So now when I move whatever I did, it's gonna do that. So when I press play, oops, when I press play, see, it's gonna do that. And it's just gonna loop it. Right? So that's how you can get some basic enemies in there, or obstacles. Let's pause this. So I don't want that to do that exactly. So you just delete the animation node that you put on there. So you put this, if you want to do a new one, you can do keyframes, you can do a whole timeline. But you can just show this on here, right? It's animating right now. So if I go and stop, now if I go in here and I say, let's play this game. Look at it, it's doing it. Look how scary that is. So that's one cool way. That's one reason why I like this application, because it allows me to do some simple obstacles and hit detection. I can take this, this is the points, and I can just put these everywhere. Right? So I can take that, and then I can put one over here. So it's like risk and reward. Like if you get near those things, you might die, but you'll also get points, because I need to make this level really hard. So when people come and play it, they're going to die. And whoever gets the highest score wins for the weekend. Here's one other key element to remember, is that when you're building these objects, you want them to be able to be repeated without adding memory. So when you, like this guy, let's go in here and save as a new creation. Now, I'm going to say that this is just one of these. And I'm going to say that this is a Bloodshed Deathgame obstacle. And I'll call it obstacle 01. Okay? Done. This way it's saved in there, and then if I repeat it, it saves on the memory. So if I want to now just repeat this guy, it won't kill the memory, because you don't have like endless amounts of memory obviously in this thing. So you got to be careful, because you'll run out of memory really fast on these levels. That's the one limitation of Dreams, is that you have a certain set of memory constraints to deal with. But I can just add these everywhere if I want to. So then I have 3 of those, and I can even, so it looks a little bit different, just rotate them a little bit so they're different. Oops. It's all right. And then what you want to do is go and play it. Playtest. I think playtesting always is important, constantly, while you're making a game. Oh, see, risk and reward. Nobody would get that. It's like really tight to get it. You die really easy. So I'll come over. Let me just make sure that these things kill you. Yes. So that works, right? So now I know I have some obstacles over there. I can go back into edit mode and rewind. So it's at the beginning. Let's say I come in here and I want one of these to animate differently. Take that action recorder out. Put a new action recorder in. Stamp it. And let's just go, ooh, this guy just does this. Okay. Now, quick way to test it is just hit play and let's see what it does. I know the end frame isn't exact, so it's going to snap. See? But that's fine, because it automatically keyframes it back to the first, so it doesn't look weird. You can even move these while it's playing to really kind of get an idea of what you're dealing with here, what your game is looking like. So then if I take one of these guys and, whoops, and I duplicate it and put it in the middle of these. Sorry, my camera's weird. Put it right where you know it's not going to hit, but they could still get to it. There's some points in there, and that's danger zone. And it just keeps repeating as it's testing. I can hit the play mode and jump into a game, rewind. So a lot of the coding for making this stuff would be really hard to deal with. So sometimes it's good to just take, if you're making a game, a one-off game, and you don't want to do all the coding for like that main character, use their element and then just modify it. Because this guy I was able to modify. Some of them you can't. They won't let you. So that's looking cool. So then I go back to my edit mode. This is how you would add an element of theirs and how you would bring it in. So let's say I wanted, I don't want my creations, but I want media molecules elements, which is, where was it? Here it is. 2D shoot 'em up template elements. Now, I can make my own trench segments because I already have the code for the hit detection. But if I wanted to just quickly use one of theirs, I could, right? So I could just take, let's see, which one haven't I done? Let's say I take this. Here's the other key. Is, see right now, whoops. You can realign at any moment, but one thing I would recommend, whoops, is always going to guides and turn your grid snapping on at least. That way, when you're moving it, at least it's on some sort of grid. Right? And then you can just scale it, put it in there, and just align it to your project how you want it. So once again, I'm really just doing this for my own sake of making this video on Twitch today, because I need to remember what the heck I'm doing in this game and what the purpose of the game is. So let's say like I want this to be like this. Okay. But as you can tell, it doesn't match my black. So what you go in and you scope into it. You scope into it again until you get to the element that you want to modify. Tweak it. Come in here. Go like that. I have it rough and I have it waxy. And there you go. I'll do the same thing with the surface here. Looks like it's already selected. So I'll make sure that it matched the other stuff, which was, it was shiny and it was metal. And it's white. Tint amount is all the way up. And then you exit, right? I can move this stuff again to different spots. Okay. So then I have like a little weird scary tunnel there. I could even, and then I can set decorate it so it's got a continuation of what I was doing. You can even rotate it, right? Whatever. And it's so much easier if you just if you have it on grid snapping. So then I can, decorate the edges so it looks like a continuation of what I'm building. Oops. L1 will duplicate it. Then you can see it's doing the grid. There's a point where you don't want the grid on, and that's when you're trying to fine tune stuff. So I'll go back and I'll turn this off. Turn that off. That way I can quickly just kind of give this its own size and its own positioning while giving it a cool vibe. I'm working under my limitations. I think what's key about making a game is that you may have a huge idea, but you need to think about the limitations of time that you have to build it. Okay, so what is Dreams? Dreams is on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. You can download it from their store. It's just a game builder. And it's pretty like it's pretty impressive what you can make with it. I mean, they really built something that you can make full-fledged games. Like even really like games that would be considered AAA looking. I have a feeling that like Fall Guys was built with it, as well as a couple other games that are on the PlayStation Network were built with Dreams, because the tools are so advanced. I mean, there's some advanced stuff in here, no doubt about it. And you can make stuff look super cool. Look at that. I mean, just using some spheres, which I built all these objects. I'm trying to build the majority of the objects because then you don't have as many copyright limitations when you're actually trying to publish the game, even to their network. But in my case, all I want it to do is I want this game to work at the show that I'm doing and say, hey, look, I made a game for the show, and I could change it later if I needed to. And I don't need to invest like 7,000 hours into it. Oops. Let's rewind. Okay. What's cool is that, like, look at that. That's a rapid fire increased. So that gave me rapid fire. It's already coded that I can put in all these different elements to make it even cooler. Power-ups and whatnot. So if I go back into editing and I go up to here again, you know, I just got that one object. Here's a power-up. So these are pickups. So you can get shield, there's a health pickup, mega bomb pickup, drone, blaster, seeker blaster, so it must be like a heat seeker. There's a rapid fire, the seeker. So if I put any of these, here's the other thing I wanted to do. Let's say I want to put the mega bomb in there. Okay, I'm going to make sure that it's down low, right? And I have to, here's where I'm at, is I have to put it in a spot that would be configurable to the screen going vertically, not horizontally. So I need everything to be pointing this way, as if I'm going to play it like this, because that's how my game's going to work. Okay, it's not going to work left to right, because the arcade cabinet I'm going to put it in has a vertical orientation. This is still too high. You can always modify and move things whenever. So what I like about this game, about this experience, so that MB, let's say, okay, so I'm making, let's rewind time so it's at the beginning. Okay. I don't know why this one's like this. Shouldn't be like that. Realign, it realigns to the grid that you have set. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I think this will be an easy way for me to make this game for the event that I'm doing, the Rocky Mountain Pinball Showdown, and I'll be able to make it really extremely hard by having way too much stuff, so it's like impossible for anybody to come there and beat the level. And I don't need more than one level. I just need one level. But you see, I can come into here. All right. Whoops. I had too many things selected. I just want this. So you scope into the object until you see any sort of control. There you go. Now I can go into this. All right. It says MB. I don't want it to be MB. I want it to be something else. This is for a bomb. Let's just do B. B is fine. It has two sides. That's why there's two of them. So you just got to do the same thing here. Put another B. Done. There you go. There's all this stuff. This is a timeline. Look at this. So if I click this and go into here, there's this timeline that they built. So when it collects, it does this thing. It destroys the object. It plays this audio file. It makes a pinging sound. The score variable is added in, so it adds 25 points. And a glow happens. So you could go and modify that. They're letting you modify that. So that's when you collect it, it will do all that stuff. If I want to change this, which I do, I want it to be white. I want it to be shiny. I want it to be metal. Maybe. I don't know. No, you know what? I need it to be waxy. And I need it to be rough. Yeah. Okay. So then you exit that. So then there's this B pickup. I don't know why it's not the same. Oh, you know why? Here's what I discovered with this. So if you come into here, you go into this again, you go to that, and you go here. I was actually setting it to glow. Like 25, just so I make sure it's white. And then I also need to make sure. Okay, that's a microchip color. Get out of that. Go back. Scope in. I need to see this. B. So you once again have to go into here. Come on. Okay. Go into this. I want the text color to be red, like that. And same with this one. So you just get, it's really a matter of managing all these little aspects of the game, play elements, to make it your own. So now, see, this one's glowing. These other ones don't seem to be glowing. I'm going to make this one glow too. So go into here, go in, select that, go in. Okay, no. That's where I changed the chip color. Okay, go into this, go into here, tweak it. Oh, that's just the text. Never mind. What am I doing? I need the actual chip there. Okay, so go into here, tweak that. Okay, I have it at 15. Let's put it to 25 like the other one was on the glow. So as you can see, I mean, look how much stuff there is in here. There is so many different aspects to this game that are super advanced. It's amazing that they even made this game as something like this, that you can easily just go change all this stuff. See, and then just kind of look and make sure. I could probably have those all like on a grid too, just so they're all the same as where he is, your main character. What is going on with this? What is this here? I'm gonna delete that. If I wanted more points, I'll just put this one over there. I took it off the grid, sorry. Screwed that up. This is why you want to have the grid on, so you don't screw up, because otherwise you will. And you'll move stuff into the wrong plane of existence. Okay, so look at that. I just built a little bit more to this game. Save it. Play it. Make sure it works. Mega Bomb. There it was. So see, the Mega Bomb worked. So if I add in a bunch of enemies there, that's the way you clear them out. Or I can make that destroy any of this stuff. That's going to be one of my next steps, is figuring out how to make it destroy all these globs of whatever this is. That one just killed me. See, and then second guy, I don't know why it goes to this view. I was trying to figure that out all last night, and it just wasn't working. I don't know what the heck. So go back in here. I'm just gonna finish this out. See, there's a camera up here, and this is a main camera for your guy and for the view. But I don't know why it just resets to a different position after he dies. This is bizarre. I also have there's a sun and stuff in here, so you can change your overall lighting and everything for this level. You can change the background, the way it looks, the way that it renders things. Oh, I just noticed this. Let me fix this. So I want another one of these here. So I know that Unity is like the known program to use for making games and whatnot, and everybody's like, oh yeah, you gotta do that. Ooh, bless me. But I don't think it's as easy as this to really flesh out your ideas. And I was actually able to get a job by showing that I could make games in here. I mean, I made an actual pinball machine too, so that helped. I reskinned a pinball machine, but it helped. And I think that, just showing that you know how to make games, it doesn't matter what the tools are. If you know the concept of making games, you can do whatever program you want. I was thinking even taking these things and stacking them up and making this crazy this crazy fortress of this stuff. Just kind of looking all freaky and three-dimensional. Gives it a cool look. It's so easy, see? Look at that. You build a game, done. You're done making a game, and now you're gonna be able to make $1 million. So I would recommend getting yourself into making games with whatever tool you want. Whether it's this stupid thing or something else. This one's addictive because you can just play it. You can just do this all day. And it's just so fun to make games in here. Designing levels. Look at that. You can add sounds. You can add all sorts of stuff in here. So I'm going to save it one last time. Quick save it. Bloodshed Deathgame. Play it one last time. See where I'm at. Got rapid fire. Got points. Got a mega bomb. I used it. Didn't do anything, but there's more points. And then I crashed. It works. Game works. So there you go. We'll do more. I'll do more of this. I'll keep doing updates. This is my my little zone that I built when I first made the game. It's all Death Bath inspired. So thanks for joining. We'll do this again. And goodbye to all of you. Enjoy your Sunday or whatever day it is.